Hello everyone, I am back. I just realized that I was totally supposed to grab the zipper pulls for the freaking black zippers. 1 second. Apparently I still haven't had enough practice with this whole live streaming thing, because you know, why would I have my zippers ready? Okay. Anyway, we have about 30 bags to finish, which is usually about an hour and a half worth of work, although it does not usually include the zipper pull installation. Also realized I need to actually figure out a way to film this because I wanted to do a reel from this. So let's see how I could maybe set this up for video. I have to oh, look at that. You can see it almost perfectly right there. Now, what if I did it this way and we had it on the other way around? So there's the thing, and if I fish eye it, I can focus in on there. Whoop. Okay, I guess the question is it in frame? It needs to lean down like that almost. So what if I do it from, where my oh no, the glaze is chipped on my coffee mug. That's disastrous, in fact. Okay. Actually, that might work the best. Okay, here we go. Or can I lean it? If I weight this down, can I lean it again, in between? Yeah. You're but we can't see. Well, there you go. Kind of, hey? What's that? That's so janky, it's not going to work anyway. It works with just the bin, but it doesn't work with the, oh, I know what then I need is the, I almost just need to go grab the pattern weights. 1 moment, I'll be right back for that. Alright, so it looks like if I throw these in, then we'll be good. Sweet. Definitely need more zipper pulls, so I'm just going to pull out far more than I need anyway. Definitely looks like I'm going to need to order more here, so that'll be the next one of the things of the supply orders when I actually get post-knit city. I can move you guys over, since then you can actually see what the actual heck I'm doing. And that actually worked out extremely well. Okay, so what if I go to video here? It's I'm going to take a gorgeous portrait photo. And it's I don't want you to take a gorgeous portrait photo. And if you're like, Katie, why aren't you doing this as a POV? Because I don't know where the POV harness is. Otherwise, I totally would be doing it that way. All right. So in this case, I actually think I do want it hanging out this direction. So let's try that. And then this can go around. Basically, I'm using the sandbag from the thread catcher to prop. And then I think we're going to go into camera here. Boom, 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 boom. Go. Need to clean the lenses. Started it. Okay, so let's move you in like this. Yeah, there we go. That looks actually really good. So now why we're installing the zipper pulls right now is that, okay, if I scroll scroll in here, you can see it even better. I'll even put the light on it. My goodness gracious. I think we're going to do this from multiple angles. All right. Nice thing is that I do have multiple like zippers to do, so it's not a big deal if I don't get it in the first shot. Okay, I'm going to turn that so that it's actually the right way for the zipper. And then we're going to take our zipper. And we're going to do our zipper installation. I think that's probably good from that direction. I'm going to clip this back onto the bag because we're just going to do all the zipper pulls at once so I don't have to worry about it. And then let's do a like right here one, because why not? I did actually want it to be fairly close in, and what I'm going to do, can you see it? Where is it? It's right there. Oh, I see, because I'm like zoomed in so far. Okay. Don't shuffle around, and we're going to prop you up right here then against the sewing machine, because that looked like it was actually going to be a really good angle. Ooh, that's because it is a really good angle. Look at that. Pretty. Except it keeps trying to like focus on the background. So let's see if I bring my hand in front here. Not as good of angle, to be honest. Maybe there. It's like needs to be more centered here, maybe. There we go. I think that's a very similar like view as the other one, but whatever. Yeah, okay. Good enough. So there we go. Start the recording. We're making zippers. In here. I will go back in and actually do a voiceover for this too, so that's why I'm not too worried about what I'm talking about right now, because realistically, whatever, these ones definitely go on nicer. Ooh. Okay. Oh shoot, I do have two that need, oh right, but they're non-directional, so we'll do those zipper pulls afterwards. So if I don't get the shots that I want today, then we can come back in and we can do the ones with the red zippers. All right, let's try it from this way again. Get out of here, Michaels. I know you want me to come buy stuff, but, oh, there we go. That is actually the best angle I've had all morning. Look at the zipper, the Vanna White of the zipper. All right. And then we're going to put the zipper pull on. So this is actually one of the main reasons I wanted the Apple Watch, is because I can actually see my camera on the Apple Watch. And so it's like, that's what I'm checking once in a while. Well, you can see that actually on the YouTube stream, but you can't really notice it too much on the actual filming part of it. Okay, I'm going to do another one from that angle because so far I like that one the best. And why not? May as well get a couple. And honestly, I like this angle enough that we're just going to do the rest of them this way. So that I've got multiples. Yeah, do you want, I think these zippers are not directional. I don't know why those other like number 5s are. It could just be maybe the teeth are larger or something like that. But Hi, Darcia. Yes, I am making zippers right now. So I use zipper tape, and then it used to be called continuous zipper, and now I'm installing the zip pulls on it. For like over a decade, I've used closed end zippers, but I'm finding that I am liking the zipper tape more because it's I don't waste as much. So like with the closed end zippers, you end up with like a certain amount that you always have to cut off and everything like that. Whereas I find that I still have a little bit to cut off from these, but it ends up being like, I don't know, half an inch to like an inch total versus like 2 to 4 inches in some cases. And I do also prefer the zipper pulls. So basically I'm able to select both the zipper, like any zipper tape I want, and then we're not putting a zipper pull on this one because it's non-directional, so it doesn't need it until afterwards. So there we go. Okay, finish the short filming. There we go. Nice little hack to hold my phone up. We do have more to install zipper pulls on later, but because they're not directional, I'm not doing them this morning because I'm under a time crunch right now. Anyway, so it's continuous zipper, you cut them to the length that you want, and then you actually go in and like add the zipper pulls on. The nice thing is that I'm able to use those larger donut pulls instead of these smaller, like I don't have to go with the smaller rectangular pulls. So eventually all of my zippers will actually be those donut pulls because I think they're a little bit easier to grasp, definitely easier for me to grasp. So from an accessibility point, I think that they should be better. Anyway, welcome. We are currently making bags for Knit City Calgary, which is in like less than 3 weeks. So if you hear a slight panic in my voice, this is why. It's coming up way more rapidly than I anticipated for some reason. Yeah, this morning I did go in and I ironed the unraveling sheep, so they're ready to go. And I also somehow found the sushi neko, sushi cats fabric that I thought was out here, but apparently it wasn't, so now it is, so we can sew those as well. I also made sure that they ended up with zippers too before I sat down, even though I forgot the zipper pulls, but whatever. Okay, now we're going to go in and I'll mark the seam allowances that I need for either end, because these get made with a zipper pull tab basically, and so I need the space to be able to sew the zipper pull tab in, or the zip tab in afterwards. I did not think I would actually be getting on today because it's Monday, but Dallas was like, you said you have a little bit left to do, so why don't you go down and do it while I do the dishes? And I'm like, okay. And then we'll have lunch, and then we'll go upstairs, and I will do my upstairs work. I'm like, I like this plan. It sounds like a good plan. Plus we have, like, what did I say, 30 in the Instagram story? I think I said I had about 30 bags. Which it's like we started out with probably over 90 yesterday, so we are well and truly almost done zipper installation for Knit City. I do also have Omatsuri in less than 2 weeks now, and there will be a shop update coming on Friday. That's what I'm going to do for upstairs work today, is try to get that all wrapped up and ready to go. Why I thought it was a good idea to have a shop update in the middle of my busiest time of year is anyone's best guess. Yep, that is what I'm working on right now. I will actually zoom you in a little bit more here. I am self-taught, so it's a little bit of a Wild West situation of hope for the best, to be honest. But that's what we're actually going to work on right now. Oh, I'm going to work from this pile though. Oh shoot, there's another handle. So these handles need to go upstairs. I've got a bunch to turn here and upstairs as well. It's a very large handle compared to what I've been doing, but that's okay. Okay, last handle. Sweet. Weird. All right, let's do the sheep here, since I made sure that their lining was ready, or I guess their exterior was ready. Okay, so lining. I'll get the thread catcher out of the way so that I can actually do this. And then handle off. Oh right, the sewn handles are going over here. Clips are going in the bin. Now I don't use pins or clips at this point with the zippers because I find personally that they sew in for me just as well either way. No, this is as close as that I have for an overhead. I've got the camera right here and then we've got the face cam. So don't have a setup for like over top yet. And when I tried to set it up for overhead, I couldn't get it to actually like zoom correctly into my into the space comfortably without it making it look really warped. So all right, so what we do is we do this, although actually I wonder if that would be a better shot today anyway, because I have been doing from the side for quite a while. Maybe we'll move the camera around after this one, because why not? All right, then I pop it underneath. So I mark the seam allowance for where I'll need to sew across the top and bottom to close the small box bag up. And then we just go like that. And then trim the things here. Yeah, let's actually try it on overhead, because why not? I'm going to go to intermission so that you're not staring at my boobs the whole time. And then, yeah, let's move this around. The only thing being that I can't then use the ring light. That's okay. I just have to unplug it, which is actually going to be the worst part of this whole situation. Ah, hi Dahlia. Please don't scratch my chair. So, if you've been joining me for a while, you know that this is just chaos all day, every day. If you're new to it, I am kind of sorry. Not really. It's just creative chaos. Because why not? It always is. Let's try this. I know. So that is, if you've seen it, Sassy Cat fabrics, which are the black cat fabrics on the website, are actually named after Dahlia. Although I have been swapping them to black cat fabric because I'm like, she is not young, and unfortunately she will eventually pass. And I'm like, I would be devastated to have to go in and actually change all of that after she passes. I'm like, it's kind of depressing, I know, but it's like, it's such a truthful thing. Also had we had a Remy, who is our little gray guy, passed very rapidly, and I'm like, if that happens, I will just be like, I'd probably have to get someone else to actually do that. Don't think I could. All right, let's try this. I'm still learning this camera setup, so honestly, let's challenge it and see what we can do with it a little bit today. All right, you get out of here because you're now useless. I think if I actually bring this up even right here, you're gonna get a better view, at least overhead. So let's try it. I'm always curious. Did you stumble across the live stream on YouTube, or did you come from like the links on Instagram, Darcia? Right, Darcia. Okay, good. I'm not a big stats person, but I used to work at an information center, and so we'd have to keep track of like where did people come from and like all of that. And so it's always kind of cool to find the same thing out for this sort of stuff. There we go. Okay, think that'll work actually. Let me see here. No, not editor. Studio mode. It's like, no, we are not going into studio mode. Sweet. Oh, there we go. Yeah, actually, I think that works really well. I think I'm gonna drop it one, and then I think, or No, we're going to move it up just a tick. If anything, there you go. That, I think, is one of the better views we've had for a while. Sweet. Let's try this for a bit. Okay. Transition it. There, so now we're overhead on the actual sewing desk. And continuing on. So we'll go in. I'm gonna actually move this light back over here. I need to get my light that was previously under my desk broke earlier this year, so I'm like, keep saying I should get another, and I just haven't done it yet. Eek. Okay, so now I gotta get used to it being in that location. I've been used to it being on this side for so long now, or for the past month or whatever it's been. So we fold this over and make sure that the interior is smaller than the exterior, because then the interior is not baggy. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll go in and mark the seam. Sweet. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I work with exclusively Japanese fabrics. So I go over and I actually purchase them in Kyoto and Tokyo. Then I come back and I make everything in my studio in Cochrane, Alberta. So I'm just outside Calgary or Banff, whichever you're more familiar with. The foothills of the Canadian Rockies, essentially. Well, exactly. Although I do wish it was. I love the mountains, but my goodness, we are run training right now, and I'm like, I wish it was not quite as hilly around this area. So it's like, holy crap, those hills get in the way. Okay, I need a navy zipper for this. Where did it go? Must have dropped down when I said that I wasn't going to make it. So I'll pop this over here until we're through a few more of these. Let's do the sushi neko actually. And this one desperately needs its interfacing trimmed down. This was very ramshackle last minute this morning. I was like, I'm going to add these in because right there, I was in the cutting studio fixing up the other stuff, and I was like, okay, let's fix this up too, so I'm for sure get some sushi neko bags done. So there we go. And I'm mostly on a no duplicate kick, but there are a couple that have snuck in duplicates. So the sushi neko here on the natural, and then also sweater cats are going to be duplicates, and they'll both be available for Knit City Calgary, as far as I know. Ooh, nice. Like, crochet blankets are some of the best. I'm currently burnt out. I was originally, it's not like I'm not still. I'm a knitter. I'm definitely burnt out on blankets right now because we had a whole string of weddings of really good friends. So they got blankets. And then we had 2 kiddos, and so they both got blankets. And actually my youngest got 2 blankets right back to back because the first one I knit was like way too heavy for a May baby. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe let's not give you heat stroke in the first couple months of your life. So now I need to also knit the eldest a second, like, worsted weight blanket, because that was what the first, or the youngest's was. And then I finally need to knit myself one. Although I think I'm going to cast on, once I'm done this big show push and I'm done the like running push as well, I'm totally going to cast on a cardigan that I keep talking about. The calligraphy cardigan by Hannah Fettig. I've knit it before, but I knit it as like one of my first cardigans, and so the fit is not quite what it could be now. Mostly because I knit the upper arms really tight. Not knowing that I could adjust them. Like I knew on one level, but I wasn't skilled enough to make the adjustments, and now I'm like, I've got more skills than then. So, same as sewing, right? Just practice makes progress. So these sushi neko are sushi neko because there's a bunch of cats on like rice dressed as neko or as sushi. And then there's like white cats underneath tamago to make like tamago nigiri. It's super cute. I love these guys. There is a red large box bag version of this going into the shop on the 26th as well. And if you crochet large items, the bag size you may want to look at on the shop is actually the tote bag size, because that'll hold like the big projects, big balls of yarn, all of that. If you're working on like sweaters and stuff like that, the large box bags are a really good size. They hold about 500 to 600 grams of DK weight yarn. And then the kato and stuff like that are good for like 3 skein projects, as are the small box bags. So those are kind of the 2 decisions to make if you want like a zipper or not, if you got critters that can get into yarn, like dogs or cats or children. Problem with my toddlers now is they can open zippers, and I'm like, no, don't get into the yarn. So right now we're just going to try and work through getting all of these zippers installed for today, and then I will boogie off for lunch. And then this week I will be streaming every day, Tuesday through Friday, at least during the day, and very likely in the evenings once the kiddos are in bed, because it is show crunch time, which means it's like full on non-stop work right now, which is awesome. Means that I've had a very busy year, which I appreciate wholeheartedly. Although you will hear me complain a little bit still, because holy crap. No, it got caught on thread. Okay, where do I trim here? Looks like right here. Or I could just back it up. There we go. Aha, success. Okay, let's go. No, I've never heard of Other Lives. What is it, like a TV show or YouTube channel? I don't actually end up right now having a lot of time to watch TV or anything like that. I do end up watching some of my knitting podcasts. I'll catch up with like the Knit Girls occasionally, and the Fat Squirrel Speaks, and that's the extent of what I do outside of like audiobooks. It's yeah. I've watched a lot of kids TV in the last few years, that's for sure though. Yeah, I have a friend who does, like, she started amigurumi back in 2020 when I was pregnant, basically, with our first. And then, and the progress she has made in the last 4 years has been, like, just astounding to watch. I've loved every minute of it. And I know there's a lot more outside of that you can do with crochet and things like that. But, like, the little teddies, because the little teddies are so hard, like, like, knitting small teddies is so hard, and I know the crochet one is hard too, but like at least it's it seems like it's fairly approachable, more so than the knitting version at least. Although there's some of the Susan B. Anderson patterns I really want to do for knit stuffies and stuff like that. So all right, get this under here. This is like all these little black cats on this dark teal. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love these whiskers on these guys. Very judgy cats, just like mine. Well, at least the black one. She's over. I've got the kids' little recliners in front of me. She's over there like, whoa. Why are you sewing right now, Mom? Okay, so that is the directionality of this. I am going to leave it on today. No, I'm not, because they're a little bit larger pull. But that is the directionality that we're going to go. There we go. Done. So after this, I will take up the handles to turn for the bags, the stuff that we sewed yesterday, as well as the card holders and luggage handle covers that I did. So that'll be my upstairs work, along with getting the rest of the photo naming done and stuff like that. Those are the tasks for today. And then tomorrow it's going to be just ironing. That's all I'm going to say I'm going to do. I don't know if there'll be more, but everything has to go under the iron for top stitching and top stitching. Everything, including me. No, not me. I do not want to go under the iron. I do not need more burns right now. I still have one from like 2 years ago is like, I'm probably going to end up keeping it for the rest of my life. So, though I gotta say, the one benefit to the kids having given me stretch marks is it got rid of the bacon burn that I had on my belly. So, you know, small silver linings. That was a bad one though, because it was like, so how do you burn yourself with bacon grease on your belly? I was not at the stove. I'd poured the hot grease into a cup that we put in the fridge at that time, and I ran the cup into the handle of the refrigerator and spilt it right here. Bubbled, blistered. It was disgusting. Actually meant I couldn't do yoga for a few days because it was like, what? Which was a shock to me, because I was like, okay, I get that like the skin is a little bit sore, but my body was just like, nope, you are not doing this. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And I had a fairly large scar from it for quite a while too. So, yay. Do not run into fridge doors with your hot cup of bacon grease. In my professional opinion, it's a bad idea. The iron burns have not been as bad, because at least it's like, it also, it's a pretty fast response, but it's like, it's also just a smaller area of skin. And of course, it's always just when you like tap it with your arm. It's like, ha. Anyway, let's get away from that one. Bunnies, these are like amongst grass, and then I'm going to take these like gold things here as actually being probably rice stalks, I would say, maybe. Probably rice stalks. So I was like, of course, I've got all the stuff to do the transit info and everything like that in Japan. And I had a notification from from the like Navi time, which is the one that they use for navigation times. It's exactly what it sounds like, Navi time. But they were saying that there's actually a delay and stoppage on the bullet train line this morning. I'm like, what? I have never heard of this. I'm like, did they have like another massive earthquake? Because that's actually the only thing I can think of that has stopped the Shinkansen recently was, of course, the Tohoku earthquake. And yeah, that makes sense. But no, it was actually, there was maintenance trains on the line, and they had an accident. So I hope everyone's okay, because it was still closed even like now. Now I think they're running like alternating tracks basically, but I'm like, Jesus, that would, that's a really long cleanup. So like I said, I hope everyone's okay, but also B, it's like that impacts a lot of people's like morning commute and everything like that, because it's in between Tokyo and basically the Kanto and the Kansai region, which are Tokyo is in Kanto, and then Osaka, Kyoto is down in the Kansai region. And I can't tell, is Hamamatsu and Nagoya. So Nagoya is like almost halfway between Tokyo and Osaka. But I was like, holy crap, that's big news, to be honest. Especially someone, it's like, I have only ever had one late train in Japan, and it wasn't even my train. So, okay, I've seen one late train in Japan, and it was when I went back in 2022, right after they'd opened. And the next to take everyone from Tokyo Station to Narita was like the one before my train was late by like half an hour. I'm like, holy crap. Oh, sweet. Thank you. I'll have to check it out, because I need to like update my vlogging list. And honestly, I need a few more sewing ones, because I love watching like sewing organization channels. And it's like, it's just the smallest things sometimes that like really are the best tips and tricks. One of the ones I saw the other day and I'm like, got my mind blown by, was a guy who was doing kids clothing. And what he did is he threw his elastic down on a screw that he'd screwed into his cutting table. And then was like pulling off of that and just across the cutting mat to like just cut them all in sequence. And I was like, that is one of the most genius ideas I've seen in a really long time. And it's so simple too, and like easy to implement. So now I don't do a lot of my elastic cutting in this cutting studio. I do a lot of the elastic cutting out here in what I count as the sewing studio. But you know, one day maybe I'll be organized enough that I can do them in the cutting studio. It makes sense to do them in the cutting studio. It's just, I haven't acted on it yet. We moved, well, since you're new, you probably haven't heard these stories. So we moved a couple years ago, and the studio space I am in is significantly smaller than it was in our old house. Everything else about this house, though, is like, makes it well worth it. So like, no complaints there, besides the smaller studio. And but I think we just did a big reorganization of the studio, and I think we finally got it to where I want it to be. So that is glorious, to be honest. But yeah, between like kids and work and just stuff, it's taken a while. And it's like, it's also just figuring out like, okay, what is actually going to be happening down here, and how do I set stuff up, and like the demands on my space have changed, because when we moved I wasn't doing leather, and now I'm doing some leather work for like handles and like, so leather storage, and yeah, just like natural business evolution. So it's like, now that that's all kind of settled out a little bit better, I can actually settle the studio, I think. And now it's like, okay, so it got reorganized. It's a complete disaster again. Well, not completely, but maybe at like the 90% mark right now. And so I need to, after show season is, or once show season is quieting down, it never really stops. I'll go in and do like, I need to reorganize a couple of the shelves that we moved because now there'll be more towards like kids stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Again, lots of words for very little content. Hi. But the one thing I'm getting really excited about is I've been training for races for well over a year now. And I am very much looking forward to the fact that so I've got one race on September 9th, and then I've got one race on September 22nd. I'm not training for the one on September 22nd. But the race on the 9th I am, because it's kind of brutal in the back apparently, and it's a half marathon. The one on the 22nd in September is like a 10 miler, which is still 16K, but after like multiple half marathons this year, will probably feel like very little. But the thing I realized this morning is that once those races are done, the kids are still in school. And instead of having to go out for a race, I can go out for my knit walks again. I was like, yes. So excited for that. So, and also it'll be cooling down. So it'll actually be nice enough weather to be able to go out for the knit walks as well, which high winds all around, right? So. Okay. I don't even know how many we're in, but we're in the thick of it right now. I'm probably down by at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got about 23 left probably. Between 20 and 23. So, yay. And since it's just a microwave lunch, it's like I can just wrap up when I wrap up, and then my husband can throw the lasagna in the microwave, and it won't take very long. There's no like overdone process for lunch today. All right, so that's all the ones that were sneaky hiding over here. And yes, I know I'm the one that put them over here, but that's how this works. They totally are hiding. There's definitely handles hiding in between the layers yesterday. So, oh, okay, we are down to like the last 3 or 4 beige, it looks like. Okay, cool. That means that we're done almost all the dark bags then, which actually, yeah, when I'm looking over at the cart here, looks about right. Sweet. The only thing I'm missing right now is a navy zipper. We need this one for this one. Flip off. All right, so the directionality is this way. You look too tall. Is it the lining? No, it's the fabric. Okay. Okay, we are going to even that up because honestly, I may as well before I sew it. It's actually not too bad on the one end. It's just a little bit on this end. So we'll just trim this like triangle off. There we go. Turn it over. Okay. Pop it on. Zip pull off. Even it up with that one edge. Sweet, there we go. Yeah, I end up listening to a lot of audiobooks, although right now I'm not listening to a lot of audiobooks because I have misplaced my earbuds, and I'm like, what the hell, where have they gone? Because it's like they're not, as far as I can tell, they're not on here, unless they were buried under all that stuff that I just lifted off. Hi, cat. I love you too. Keep going. Move, please. Thank you. So yeah, I'm like, where are my earbuds? Because they are extremely helpful for being able to listen to audiobooks while I'm putting the kiddos to bed. And if I'm just doing a like something like a speed run like this, it would be nice to be listening to an audiobook too, actually. Sweet. That is going to be a lot of content for me to check out. Thank you. Lining a little bit smaller than interior, smaller than exterior here. Get this one in, and then I'm going to have some coffee. Coffee. Trim that down because that is a little bit too much fabric to be heading under that when I top stitch it. Okay, so I think these are the last two that need, no, okay, this one needs beige, that one needs beige, and then the micro, or the polar bears with the raindrops can go with, oh, there's three. Okay, so there's the three that will take the beige. Sweet. And then the sheep here will take white, and everything else on that cart is, yeah, good for a white light fabric. Sweet. All right, I can see the end of the zipper sewing here, which is pretty fantastic, to be honest. I am also getting super hungry. Nice. Yeah, that's what I kind of go with here too, is it's like you can just chill and listen, and I monologue and say some stupid shit. Or you can like direct the monologue a little bit, you know. I'm down for either. I don't have a lot of stories to tell right now because realistically there are like three things I'm doing, and that is sewing, which you're obviously witnessing right now. Running, which even for me, I'm like, please stop talking about running in some days. And then toddlers. I don't like to talk about them too much because I'm like, nah, they're toddlers. All right, that fabric is a little bit stretchier. This one's really cool because it's like various sheep faces on like a cotton linen blend, and they're like not cartoony sheep, which is super fun. So that's really, I like this one. Very like natural looking sheep, I guess would be a good description. Especially compared to those like unraveling sheep that I started with that are like super cartoony. Or not super cartoony, but definitely like bright and illustrated. There we go. These are more like a natural history text illustration versus child's picture book illustration, I guess. There we go. So, holy, okay. Bobbin thread went everywhere there. Get in the back. This was stretchy, so I have a feeling that's going to be about right where we need to put it. Start and stop it at least. Ding. Excuse me. That is just me choking on my own spit somehow. Who knows? Don't worry, no emergency. All right. These are super cute. They're little they're polar bears with umbrellas in raindrops. I don't know if I always call them micro polar bears because I'm like, I would be absolutely terrified if raindrops were the size of, were larger than polar bears. or the same size as polar bears. That's the scarier thought. So, right, I was gonna have some coffee. Okay. Cool, thank you. Definitely, I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers because that would be pretty sweet. And then I'm Canadian, so there's very few ways to actually monetize my content outside of what I make, and YouTube. YouTube would be the next best sort of thing. No, come here. Thank you. All right. We're getting there slowly, very slowly. Actually, after this, I should double check because I don't feel like there is actually enough lining fabric over there for what's left on the cart for exteriors. I swear we got every last piece that we could and we matched everything up, but who knows, I guess, what happened on the other side. Feels like there's some sort of like black hole between the like cutting studio and like the sewing studio some days. It's like, oh, you wanted that? All right, there we go. I'm going to trim down this because we do not need that much interfacing on underneath the top stitching later on. Whee! There we go. Plonk. All right, let's do the matchup and make sure. Oh no, never mind. There's enough there. We're good. Oh, there is one more piece of beige. Of course. Okay, so are there any other ones that it's like you should be with the beige lining? It's just all still compressed together because I haven't like pulled it apart, obviously, for since adhering the interfacing. Okay. Either the strawberries or the Segaiha cats. Let's see. I think the strawberries should go with it, and then yeah, those will go with white. There we go. Sweet. And then I'll do the two other beige ones over there, and then yeah, we're down to the peanuts. Hopefully, maybe, eventually. How long have I been on? An hour. Not bad. Not bad at all. There we go. I really like this fabric. So it's like a dusty, I would say charcoal lavender kind of color, and then it really makes the strawberries pop. And then there's actually two other colorways of it as well, a dusty pink and then a like unbleached kind of natural cotton linen. And they're just all spectacular in their own right. Yeah, I really like them. Okay. Go. Awesome. Thanks so much, my dear. Have a fantastic day, evening, morning, whatever it is. And I hope to see you around. Okay, good. I was like, did my bobbin just run out? But no, we're good. We're all fine. It's all good. Okay, we totally have other fabrics from this My Favorite Things thing line, which I think were the ones that actually did also produce the cats in like floral wreaths that were also in these like dusty colorways. Saddened aqua. Yes. We're going back to that. And so I think I'll have to take a look later at some of the salvage for that, but I think that was my favorite things. It's like exclamation question mark sort of situation. Hi, Dahlia. You know we can cuddle after I'm done work, right? And in fact, we will get even better cuddles if you don't try to do it right now. Whee! Okay, let's get this trimmed down right here, like this. There we go. Oh, I'm definitely not going to be done this by noon. In my head, I was going to be done this by noon, but no, no. There's no way. I should have taken this one back for interfacing too. Okay, so we will ignore that one, mostly because it's also the Inari Foxes, and it's a hit or miss fabric, so it will go into timeout for now, I guess, which is fine. Oh, but I can pilfer the but I will take that zipper and we'll do the Windows one that's chilling over there. So all right, I have done really good about not putting a bunch of stuff into timeout right now. I'm very proud of myself, because usually if I run into any snags or snafus of zippers fighting or anything, I'm just like, no, timeout. And I even fixed stuff that needed a seam ripper yesterday, so I don't feel too bad about putting Inari Foxes back into the whip box. They're a step closer. They have a lining. They'll be patient. Okay. Dahlia, why are you in the zipper drawer now? Good God, you two are being pests these past few days. And I swear, today I am ordering a new light to adhere to the machine arm of my machine, because my goodness, I am really missing it right now. This over one is fine, but it really, I don't know, it's not even like they're strong lights, but just that extra in here just breaks up the darkness significantly. She jumped out of the zipper drawers and zippers followed her, and she's like, oh my God, that was scary. It's like, dude, if you left them alone, they wouldn't be scary. Oh, cats. If it's not the kids, it's the cats, and vice versa. I love this one. It's Little Red Riding Hood. The cat is Little Red Riding Hood, and then the wolf is a dog dressed as a wolf. And then a bunch of other whimsical woodland creatures. Go, clip, clip. Go. Okay, so that one is in timeout. Now we're good to move on to these guys. Okay, good. Not good to. Now we move on to these ones. The ones that don't have any special zipper finagling to do. That's what I mean by these ones. All right. So the wave pattern in the back here is a very traditional Japanese wave pattern, and it is called Seigai-ha. I actually looked it up because I have that obi that I've been working with that has the Seigai-ha. My goodness, I don't know why that one is so hard to say. Seigai-ha. Segaiha. It's probably I've got the wrong intonation on it, and so I'm just tripping up over it. Japanese is a two-tone language, so it's like most of the time, because it's only two tones, it's like a it's fine, but occasionally I think that is what trips me up on some of the vocab, is it's like how do you pronounce this? Right, so I don't know. Segaiha. Anyway, Seigaiha. Segaiha. Anyway, it's very traditional, and when I made the wallet, I took advantage of the fact that I wanted it to look like mermaid scales, so I flipped it upside down, but this is the orientation that's supposed to be going in. It is pointing up. I say it's very traditional because you end up seeing it played with like this for these like cat prints and stuff like that, and then in a lot of like just in a lot of Japanese motifs basically. And obviously it's got a name, so you can actually look it up. Now she's hunting pom-poms, so if you hear her screaming in the background, it's because she's got a pom-pom right now. Hi. Dahlia. Oh, it's so good though, because it's also like, it is very much, as you can see from your like viewpoint, the like waves, but then it's just got all these little kitty cats hiding in it, and it's like, so it's one of those nice subtle, more subtle ones where it's like not like cats, it's like cats. I like cats. Ugh, and the colors of it are so good too. I get asked a lot for like masculine colors, and it's always like, okay, so what, like, it's kind of the same as like feminine colors. It's like, what do you consider a masculine color? Because that is like, it's kind of a loaded question. I do find it harder to find what North America would code as masculine in Japan, but if it were anything, it would definitely be like something like this. Also, I've got turtles right now that are like on a nice dark background. The turtles are really bright, but the background is not. And a dragonfly print that I would view as what most people here would say is masculine. So if you've been looking for a bag or accessory for a gentleman friend, just a heads up that those are some options. There is also the sushi neko. That is in like the nice dark red. It's about the same red as it was. This was, what else? Yeah, there's a few options right now, actually. More than I normally have. Because here's the thing. Sorry, yeah, I know. She has got such a distinct meow. She's got a tiny pom-pom right now, too. Here's this is the dusty pink strawberries. It's going to get a nice warm charcoal zipper. Yeah, she's over here. Hi. You feeling your beans today, hey? What's up? Just happy the kids are gone. Just us chickens down in the basement. She's like, adore me. Hi, CP. We really, really, really need to trim your nails. You're gonna hate it, but we really, really, really need to. They're just like little pinpricks into my chair right now, and she's gonna pinprick my thighs probably, and I am not, like, I'm in shorts, so there is zero barrier between her nails and my legs. Actually, that stand is really stable, even on the sewing desk, so I appreciate that. That's really good. It's not like wiggling everywhere, from what I can tell anyway. So if it's very subtly wiggling, let me know, and I will set up, I'll set it up on the shelf next time. Sorry, I gotta answer that because that is Dallas. Let's see, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. About 45 minutes left. He's probably like, I'm hungry. He's doing yoga right now, though. So he's like, I'll do this and then I'll reheat. And I'm like, give me 45. But that's 20 minutes. So that's going to be like half the time. So now I don't feel that bad, actually, when I think of it that way. Although, yeah, this morning he's like, you said you had just a little bit left. And I'm like, yes. And then I added more to that list. But, you know, now we're going to have sushi Neko bags. Totally need sushi Neko bags. 100% hands down requirement. Especially because I don't think there's any more of that fabric left. What was that? Oh, that's a snap. I don't need that. Whee! Also, I don't know if it was just my eyeballs this morning or if it was like my contacts or like, was it like accessories or anatomy? I don't know. There's a bunch of, okay, I'm going to drink the rest of this so that I don't keep getting fabric fluff in it. Anyway, but I was like, had my phone in front of my face, of course, and I was like, I can't read this. I know we just tested the fact that like I am very slightly going to need reading glasses, but like when we tested me, it wasn't this bad. I'm like, damn it. That was like last week. I hope it didn't progress that fast. That would be so annoying. I'm going to chalk it up to it being the contacts. We're gonna say it was the contacts. I guess I should actually look at if there's anything. I gotta look at the vendor list for Knit City and be like, okay, is there actually anything like what if anything do I want to buy, I guess, and then also like like what am I going to make? Because like I'm trying to destash a little bit, but it's like I might want to add some new stuff to like rejig what I actually want to be making. So now I gotta do the shuffle and see. Ooh, these ones have actually done really well. So I took advantage of the I had to go up a like glass into the glass lenses. But they have a 2-year warranty, so I got the lenses replaced at the 2-year mark, which was really good. So I think I don't want to spend my money on glasses right now. We do get reimbursed through Dallas's work, but it's like a really small amount every couple of years, and it's like, okay, well that's a pittance basically, especially if I do want contacts, because I do prefer running in contacts most of the time. But yeah, I think next time I replace these, I'll go and have to get some bifocals or something like that. So annoying. Just like 35. I don't want to have to worry about eye shit yet. Beyond like, I am nearsighted. And I have been for years. Like yeah. Luck of the draw sort of thing. I was always going to be nearsighted. Part of why though I actually updated the YouTube banners, because those the last photo that I had up, it's still weird for me to see not that photo. Hi cat. Yes, Dahlia. What color pom-pom did you bring me this time? Oh, the big yellow one. That's a good hunt. Good job. Yeah, the banner photo had been from like 2 sets of glasses ago, and like I don't change my glasses every 2 years usually. And actually the only reason I changed out of the last ones was because they were plastic. I loved the glasses, but the plastic had started like fading and kind of getting really gross. So I was like, okay, looks like it's time to mosey out of these ones. But yeah, I think the next set's gonna end up being bifocals. I don't want bifocals. This looks really large compared to the lining. Am I imagining things, or is this correct? No, it's large. Okay, so we will. Oh, it's like really crooked. So let's shimmy it so it's not so crooked, hopefully. There we go. Line it up to that baseline and then flip and trim. Oh, okay, it's actually not that bad. It just looks bad. Just has the appearances of not fitting correctly. Yay. Okay, trim, trim, trim. Although I will say that when you do get new glasses, it's always that nice, like, oh, they're new and like fitted to your face correctly. And it just is such a glorious day. I just hate when it has to happen. Apparently my prescription actually went down by like 0.25 or something like that in between this one and the last one, which is kind of nice, but also kind of annoying. He's also like, your contacts are sharper than your glasses, right? And I'm like, no, actually my contacts are not. Because we're trying, so I have a bit of an astigmatism, which means that my eyeball is a little bit football shaped. It is far easier to correct the astigmatism with glasses than it is with contacts. Contacts just takes a lot more time to like figure out the correct angles and everything like that. But so he was saying that we should probably go in and do a correct fitting with the actual contacts because they might need to be special ordered. I'm like, great, yay. But yeah, when I'm wearing them, my vision is nowhere near as sharp as they are with the glasses. So it's like that catch-22. I need to go get my clip-ons for these ones repaired. Eventually. And I'll get everything done eventually. Or I'll get new glasses. Who knows what'll happen. I would have sent them away the other day, but then I would have had to like only wear my contacts, and that's can get drying on my eyeballs. And actually, I use these a little bit of as safety lenses when I'm down here with the sewing machine, to be honest, because they're such large frame or lenses that it's like, okay, I don't think I actually need to wear safety goggles. So, because yeah, breaking a needle into your eyeball is detrimental to everyone's health and safety. Whee! All right. Next. How many was that? Probably like 2. So we got like, what, 13 left or something? Something like that. I was showing Caroline the card holders yesterday, and she's like, are those all for me? And I'm like, hands off until at least after Knit City, please. You can come pilfer the booth at Knit City. Ugh. She's like, oh yeah, I guess it's probably a good idea not to wipe you out before a big show. And I'm like, yes, leave some for everyone else. don't know why I yawned. I'm not actually tired. Apparently it's just my body being like, hey. And thankfully we went for that run early this morning because holy, it was already getting hot. Like, so we started out at like 16 degrees-ish. I was an hour and 20, just under an hour and 20, I think. And it was already 21 degrees when I finished the run. It's like, okay, toasty. Because I think it is supposed to be another like over 30 degree day today. Yeah, 31 degrees. So we're already up to 28, so. Yay. Ooh. I think next week it's finally supposed to be cooler though, which is nice. And that will be the glorious thing, is that by that point, or once I'm done, yeah, I'm really looking forward to going for my like solo knit walks again. Which is actually a good point. I want to then probably swatch for, I usually carry socks, but I do occasionally also carry like sweaters and stuff like that, especially when they're in the little stages. So I should swatch for the calligraphy cardigan, and that could be one of my knit walk projects, is the cardigan, especially because it's just like back and forth. Although I could definitely use a few more socks cast on, so maybe I'll do that. So I could then also start knitting the Christmas socks that I always want to knit. Yeah, I also want to knit one of the Muscle Burrow hats, and I actually have Gauge Dye Works for that. So that would be another one that would be good, because like it's just I can't do anything fancy when I'm walking because it takes too much concentration. But like stuff that just goes around and around and around, or back and forth. Around is actually easier than back and forth, I find, because I usually use the circular needles no matter what I'm knitting. And so back and forth is a little bit much to manage on the cable. But like a hat or socks or something like that is like super manageable. I said that I like the black version better, but honestly, now that I see this, I'm like, no, I like this version too, for different reasons. That is a very long, lots of excess zipper there. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 1/2 inch mark on the actual exterior, because there's a lot of well, there's not a lot, but there's enough extra interior that it can overlap a little bit. That's fine. There we go. Whee! We ran out of bobbin thread right before the end. Of course. Why does it always go that way? At least I'm not doing top stitching, but come on! Get it together. You were nearly done. Okay. Clean out some of the fluff. Clean off the... Hi. Just how many pom-poms have you brought me today? Yeah, I hear you. That's a very small purple one. That's not going to be a very good meal. Not big enough. No, I'm glad that just caught and went with it, because it was like I did not pull that bobbin thread up like I'm supposed to. Oh well. Yeah, she's being super chatty today. Like you know, she comes around and she chats a little bit, but usually it's not quite this much. My goodness. Okay. All right, this one has very generous edge-to-edge measurement, so it is going to be a little bit larger just naturally, so we're good there. I'm going to scoot this up because it did have a little bit of stretch on the other side. Not bad, but just a bit. Okay. Trim down this excess selvage now. Get out here. Itty bitty strawberries are next. So many strawberries. One. And I'm gonna try and pull these apart while I'm thinking about it, because then we can just go in and sew the rest here. 2. Oh, maybe I don't have enough linings for what's left. Ooh, okay. We'll see, I guess. 3. You've all witnessed me. Make sure. 4, 5, 6. I was very meticulous about making sure that all of these matched up. So if this is a lie, I'm going to be so pissed off. 1, 2. Okay, we're good. 3, 4. We're short 2. 4, 5. Bunnies or parasols? Or bunnies and parasols and no strawberries. I'm not going to do the Dobby bunnies at this point then. Get out of here. I guess I could swap. Actually, okay. Okay, so we only have to choose one then. No. Yeah, okay. Since I already, oh no, I can't use that lining because there's a piece down on the floor there. Okay, so we're 1 short. And I already pitched the bunny, so we're good. Okay, that's not bad at all. Still super annoying because I was so like particular about making sure that those numbers match. But all right, I guess we're still flipping off. Bah. Bah. What is it though? 7 left then? It's not bad. Okay. Baby strawberries. After that slight panic attack, apparently. Okay. Zing. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, because when did I text Dallas? Okay, yeah. 18 minutes ago. Sweet. So I'll actually, it should be, if I keep up that average, we'll be done a little bit before I said I would be done, or around the same time as what I said I'd be done probably. Okay, there and here. And put it underneath, and so on up. So on up. Done. Trim. This is a really lightweight fabric, like really lightweight, but it's like super soft too at the same time. It's such a like, I don't know, it creeps me out a little bit. It's like it's too soft and too light. Really nice fabric, but yeah, it's just got like the tactility of it. Sometimes it's like jarring. There we go. Maybe not creepy, jarring. That's what it is. Since I'm trimming it down, I don't actually need to trim down the threads because I'll just happen while I'm doing this part of it. So there we go. Okay, except apparently I missed the bobbin thread. Yay! Damn it. That's a lot of bobbin thread to pull out. Actually, and I should start the winding of the bobbin thread as well. Okay, with the next bobbin. Okay, so there's this. I did get the lining fixed this morning. That's part of what took. I was like, I have about an hour and a half of work. That's what I told Dallas. But, and it was still true, except that I actually added a few things to it. So that's why it took a little bit longer. And that's okay. We're just about done now. So what did I say? We had 6 left, 6, 7 left. And so now we're down to, this will be number 6. Plus, I definitely want this bag in if I can do it because it is like a really cool print. I don't know why it's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang right now. If anyone can explain why my brain jumped into those songs, I will greatly appreciate it. Although I'm sure if we could figure out why our brains sang songs randomly, we would all be millionaires. I haven't even watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang again since like I was a kid. Not like I've watched it with my kids recently either. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1. What I'm going to do here, because this is still going to go under an iron, is I'm going to trim down the excess that is here and put it on the other side, because that's where it's supposed to be. And it'll get adhered when I go in and do the ironing for the top stitching. We're going to go ding, like this. Then we're going to plop this right here. So it'll also get sewn in, and then I don't have to worry about it. And if it doesn't do that while I'm ironing it, then I will patch it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But apparently that is one of the drawbacks to this whole system. Handle's not done. Doesn't have interfacing. Get out of here. I was like, yay, I don't have very many going into timeout. Oh, okay. Now the ones that need to go into timeout are coming out of the woodwork. Oh, all right, cool. Screech. Oh, well, that's okay. That lining really honestly should have the interfacing adhered to it. So we'll be, I guess it was not meant, it was meant not to be. There we go. Although that no, never mind. That was such a like glitch moment. Anyway, I was like, oh, I can put that into the bunny one, that like the pink bunny, and it's like, no, don't put it in the pink bunny because it does actually need to have should have the interfacing adhered into it. So never mind. We'll just do these bunnies instead. There's enough interfacing on the outside, that's not a big deal. We can just continue the stitch line down to the proper stoppage. Zoom. There we go. And we open this up, pull it back. Fold it up. Go bunnies, 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 bunnies. Bunnies, 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 bunnies. Bunnies, bunnies, bunnies. Doom, 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 doom. Sheep, sheep, sheep. Dahlia's totally judging me right now. She's like over on the table behind me like, gee, love me. G in Japanese is the sound effect that you'll see in like manga and stuff like that for like stare. So that's always the joke when the cats are like looking at us intensely, is like G. Or the kids occasionally when they do that like reset kind of off into the distance, I'm processing look. G. Whee, off we go. Sheep done will be good. And then, yeah, sheep, Shebas, strawberries are left. And then there's a couple others. Well, I guess you kind of got a preview of what was to come. Anyway. Okay. So this line definitely needs to be up here. That's the actual seam allowance here. Go. And we'll start up here. Off of the zipper. Do not sew the zipper. Professional tip. Do not sew through the zipper when you're installing said zipper. Follow me for more sewing tips. Oh my god. Okay. Can you tell I'm done with zippers? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 more. Less than 15 minutes and I can go have lunch. I'm hungry. Done with zippers. and like linings that fight back. Excuse me. Promise I'm not sick. I don't know what this is. Actually, I'm going to chalk it up to the little bit of smoke that we've got in the air right now. And probably the fabric dust. Still gonna wonder if like I should actually be masking up while I'm sewing, because it's like, should I be breathing this stuff in? Or is it like a situation like the potters where they get like, yeah, it's disturbing. They basically get like a potter's lung, I guess. I'm like, oh, right. That's not a little trivia fact I needed to know. Right, because that's where the lining is. That's where the lining ends for that seam allowance. Sweet. All right, you need to start winding the bobbin. So that it will be ready when we come back, because the next step will be top stitching, which is going to take a lot of thread. Well, about the same as what sewing the zipper in does realistically. And then we'll need to do all the end seams, which I just want to go along and chain piece. And that will be the way to do it, is just have the bobbin ready to roll. Zip. Okay. Come on. Marking. And you up here need to be right there. Okay. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Zoom. Trimmed off. All right. 3, 3, 3, 3 more. My goodness. So good. Clip off. Sounds like some sort of start to a swear. Clip off. Could make it a swear. Sounds like a sewing swear. Clip off. It's got 4 letters for the first word too. Perfect. Clip off. It's all in the intonation. That's for damn sure. So if I say it in the same intonation as I would an actual swear, I'm sure we can make it pick up. Clip off. Do 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 do. Now I've got Zelda in my head. Zelda at least makes sense because Dallas is playing Legend of Zelda. Chee Chee Bang Bang still doesn't make sense. Whee! Ooh, has pretty stretchy fabric. All right. Shimmied up pretty good here. Oh, and it's direction, or it's very vertical. So let's get the interior done, and then I will shuffle the exterior a little bit as we need to. So if it is very stretchy, we're going to start it out just a tick above these lines, and then I think we're at a point where I can sew that. I think the zipper, like it will be, yeah. Selvage is below. Okay, I'm not even going to do anything else. I'm just going to guesstimate the seam allowance, which is probably about there. And we'll have the moment of truth off camera later. I think that feels like it actually did go in pretty good. Oh, whatever. Let's just do it now. Yep. And that is a nice, good vertical line. Sweet, or horizontal line, I guess. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. Oh. I actually can't believe that we only ditched 2 bags and we still only have 2 more to go. Yay! We've done another crazy round of zippers again. Now we'll see if I can get all these done in the next 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Actually, I should make sure that I've got childcare available for Omatsuri, I guess. Whoops. That would be good. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. All right, so I will not be back on to stream tonight, but I will be on tomorrow once I'm back from dropping Dallas off. I do have to head out a little bit early tomorrow because my Jeep is in for service. So I'm going to either have to walk or bike in to pick it up before I pick up kiddos. So that'll cut into how much time I have tomorrow afternoon, but I will be online as long as possible tomorrow to get more stuff done. And then obviously back onto the full day, all day, every day streaming for the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. and Monday as well. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on Saturday, Sunday. Definitely streaming in the evenings. I will not be streaming during the day since the kiddos are home. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I will be on in the evenings on the weekend. Yeah, because I've got what? So I've got 1 week with Dallas away, 1 week with Dallas home, 1.5 weeks with Dallas away before Knit City, 1 week with him home, or Omatsuri. And then, yeah, we can get it done. It's all good. Last one. Woo! Also, if you want to be the first to know when the update is live in the shop, please subscribe to the newsletter. That is actually what I'm going to go upstairs and work on for this afternoon, is getting that organized. So, you know, hint, hint. They say the public release date is July 26th, but you may, if you are a newsletter subscriber, see them in the shop a little bit earlier than that. Actually, or significantly earlier than that, depending on when I get all the editing complete, basically. So, if there's something you've had your eye on, now is the time to snag it before Knit City, Calgary. And Omatsuri, because I never actually know exactly how these markets are going to go. And typically, presences start to build as you've been there more often as well. So, I don't know why I recapped that. I'm like, I'm done this zipper after this, but no, I still got, this is just the half. We still got to do the other side. Just so excited for lunch. And a beer, actually, was the deal we're going to have. Because I was like, I really kind of wanted my beer post-run on the deck this morning. But Dallas was like, let's have our coffee. And then we can have a beer with our lunch. I'm like, okay, fine. Because the joke the other day was like, because it's so hot outside, you need to drink your beer out on the deck at like 9 or 10 in the morning so you don't roast. And it still stands true. If you both want to enjoy your deck and your beer, obviously you can drink anytime during the day inside, but where's the fun in that? That's probably, actually I've got a long run next Monday, like 14.5K or something like that. So that is going to be, actually, yeah, I think it's supposed to have cooled down by that point. So that will be a like huge relief if it does actually cool down. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that that is actually under the line of the interfacing, which is not. Now it is. Last half zipper for this run, and only 2 bags into timeout. Back into the wick piles with you. Awesome. All right. So, agenda for the rest of the day, since I will not be on stream, is completing the update for the shop, or at least the majority of the update for the shop. A lot of the work to get done on the computer. I am taking the handles up that need to be turned to turn, and then also all those little card wallets and the luggage handles that are here. Those are all going to go up. Well, not the ones that are done, but all these guys. And the handles from the sewing session yesterday when I was like, oh my god, I don't have all these handles done. These guys will go up because I do not turn these on screen because it's a little bit too salacious. So this is the stuff that needs to remain behind the paywall, as it were. So all of that, take a turner and tube up, and wherever the stick is, there it is. Sweet. So yeah, those will get turned. These will get turned, and I will work on the listings. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all tomorrow at some point in the morning, probably around lunchtime actually. So I'll chat with you then. Thanks so much for joining me again.